The September 5th Senate committee hearing on social media and Russian meddling is right around the corner. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey and Facebook's Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg will attend. However, Google's Sundar Pichai is facing bipartisan criticism for refusing to testify. The panel's chairman, Richard Burr of North Carolina, told Bloomberg that he's unlikely to issue a subpoena to force Google to appear, saying, "I don't normally subpoena people to be a part of the solution." President Trump has indicated for the past week that enough is enough.
I think Google is really taking advantage of a lot of people, and I think that's a very serious thing, and it's a very serious charge. I think what Google and what others are doing, if you look at what's going on at Twitter, if you look at what's going on in Facebook, they better be careful, because you can't do that to people. You can't do it. We have literally thousands and thousands of complaints coming in, and you just can't do that. So I think that Google and Twitter and Facebook, they're really treading on very, very troubled territory, and they have to be careful. It's not fair to large portions of the population.
Regardless of the Mockingbird media's insistence that conservatives aren't being shadow banned, the evidence that big tech terms have chosen to single out conservative opinions is unavoidable. It is well known that liberals dominate the tech world. Liberal activism among their upper management has led them to partner with the ADL and the SPLC, two groups that label traditional conservative groups as hate groups.
They've gone from burning crosses in fields to burning up Twitter. They've gone from hiding behind their white hoods to hiding behind their smartphones. And this hateful language has an outsized presence on social media, and if we ever hope to change things, we've got to tackle it. So I should note that Twitter is responding. I'm proud that the ADL is a member of the Twitter Trust and Safety Council, and the company has made changes in part based on our recommendations that we released in our 2016 report.
Liberal tech had employed PolitiFact, Snopes, and ABC News to determine what is fake news. They had labeled conservative viewpoints and information as fake news because that information didn't appear in their liberal articles.
Thought process was all about, how do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible. It's a social validation feedback loop, because you're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology.
I think these huge avenues of First Amendment speech, Google, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, they have to have the First Amendment applied to them. These idiot conservatives at certain places, I won't mention, like National Review, they think they're so brave and brilliant, saying, well, it's not the government, so it doesn't violate the First Amendment. No, I'm sorry. At some point, when you have a total monopoly on how people can communicate with one another, we do have legal concepts like natural monopolies and utilities. And unless they start living under the First Amendment, I think the law should force them to. Right now, the law is written in such a way so that they are simultaneously publishers, so they will determine who can be heard or seen on their airwaves, so they're acting like a New York Times.
And immune.
Yeah, and also, and totally immune from suit.
These liberal tech firms are also experiencing resistance within their own ranks. We are a political monoculture that's intolerant of different views, Brian Emerich, a senior Facebook engineer, wrote in the Post, which was obtained by the New York Times. We claim to welcome all perspectives, but are quick to attack, often in mobs, anyone who presents a view that appears to be in opposition to left-leaning ideology. Ultimately, it is Google, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter that need to accept a solution for their own benefit, as their Chinese model of censorship becomes more prevalent, stabbing the First Amendment in the back. Because at the end of the day, most Americans will simply find another platform that offers a constitutionally sound alternative.
It literally is a point now where I think we have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works. That is truly where we are. And I would encourage all of you, as the future leaders of the world, to really internalize how important this is. If you feed the beast, that beast will destroy you.
John Bowne reporting.